Is it difficult to get away if you wanted to pull Lex, aside and make a strategy move? We always seem to be eavesdropping on people who go away to tree mail and make their decisions. Is it difficult, though, if you wanted to make a move and fly under the radar? Could you get away and talk to people?
Oh, it is. You'll see views, whether it's a bathroom excuse, or they got to take a walk, and everybody knows what's going on. I'd be the guy I was always taking a walk with. That was by myself to get away from them.
Right.
My spear, my knife, and going. The camera guy from here. It was Frank just walking off in the bush. And he often asked me, because he couldn't stand around and all that backstabbing.
It is.
That was probably my demise why I followed him after 30 days, because I was there just for the experience. They needed me for security issues, I was challenges. And then when it got near the end there, I always tell people, Survivor is simply dirty water and oil in. Watch what floats to the top, okay?
I mean, do you respect somebody who does play the game? I mean, we always seem to have two contestants at the end. One says, or two or three, and one says, I played the game the way it was meant to play. I played people. I told people what I had to tell them to get to the end. And then you have other people that try to say, I tried to play the game with integrity. I tried to play the game with honesty. I tried to be as true to myself as possible. It always seems to be the person that has a smile on his face, the cat that ate the canary, and said, hey, listen, you're over there. I helped float you out. That's the point of this game. Don't hate me because I did it better than you. They always seem to win more than the person who tries to say, I played this game with integrity and honesty.
Right. I think it gives you what's the true definition. Because you watch these people at the end, and there are people that probably try to hold that language of honesty and respect. They know it's going to be the end. You see that $1 million figure, and look at Johnny Fairplay. My grandma died.
He did.
I wasn't going to go there. I mean, Burnett came up to me privately 2 weeks into the game when the television crew was doing a little observation. He walked out to me and talked to me like shocking. By the way, he says, I know you didn't come here for $1 million. I said, no disrespect, sir. I came here for help. He says, I know that. Because I did toe that line. I have 4 beautiful daughters at home. My honor and my integrity and my handshake and everything. And this is the way it's like to get to the end. Yeah, maybe get voted off, I couldn't do it the other way.
Exactly. They can never take away. They can take away the $1 million for you not playing that way, but they can't take away the experience. This year's Survivor was very interesting. A lot of tricks and people. A lot of things have developed since you were on. Hidden immunity idols. I don't think were a part of your season. The immunity necklace was, but really kind of interesting. People making fake immunity idols. People playing them not meaning anything. It gives a really whole different dynamic to the game. Do you wish that was involved in your season, or are you glad that part was not there?
No, I'm glad it wasn't, but I think they have to do that to evolve with it. I mean, we're getting like the 16th season, so they got to constantly be changing things up or it gets boring.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you see that surprises you? I remember the first few seasons.
What the hell was he doing? What was he doing?
Oh, when he gave the necklace away? Oh my!
Unbelievable.
Every time you see that first day, the first group of people that go out there, and I'm always astonished by the number of people who can't start a fire. I would think that if I was going to be on Survivor, the first thing I would do is go out and figure the 28 different ways to start a fire in my backyard before. That to me is the biggest shock every time
No,
that there are
exactly,
people
but I
who
think
can't.
they're probably on somebody else doing it.
And then we have the series 2 now. We've got the Man vs. Wild that's really popular, and the Survivor Man where we're talking about like the long-term endurance. Do you follow into that?
Oh, absolutely. Those are my 2 favorite shows. In fact, I should have started this series. I didn't think about that. Those guys are great, and now getting back to, don't you think these people should be prepared with that?
All you have to do is watch the glass drop. You can start a fire with a chocolate bar and a can of soda.
He is great. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you see some of these girls that show up and they're thin as rails. They don't provide for themselves in the real world. Then they go out in Survivor, and you think, why do they even want to be here? Obviously, it's for the $1 million. Or some, even if they don't win the $1 million, as we were talking off air, Mickey, Jerry, a former Survivor, kind of parlayed it into a little bit of an acting career. Colleen Haskell did do some acting. A lot of people hold on to that as long as possible because maybe they did have some aspirations of being a movie star or a TV show host. So that is a way to get on TV, certainly, and get a little recognized. So that is certainly interesting. You bring up a great point where that guy gave the necklace to the girls. Now, to us, that was a no-brainer because we see the girls talking, we've seen them come up with the plan. How different is it from you being on the game and knowing you sometimes have to take that leap of faith and trust somebody when they tell you that, and watching it on TV and getting to hear all the conversations? I'm like the best Survivor player ever because I'm like, oh, don't do that because they just said that. I think it's a lot different when you're actually out there.
Absolutely. You know, I find myself guilty of being the armchair quarterback. You know, I can see it developing and know it's going to happen. My spoil up your people experience. But then again, until you're out there and you get the physical stress upon you, then you get the mental stress that's going on, you're not sure. Every little twist of the big.
Did you like the fans again, they're trying to mix it up a little bit. Did you like the fans versus favorites concept?
That was interesting. It was different.
If they asked you to go back, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
You would.
You know, the thing is with Mark Burnett, let's face it, it has been a success. It's a 16th show. Survivor to me is still the mother of all reality shows. So like one day, Les Moonves, president of CBS, and Mr. Burnett said they'll pull the punt. I hope they do this. I hope the last one, before it goes in the archives with Desperate, they make the biggest, baddest Survivor. Antarctica's a great. I would go to Antarctica. I don't care how many people quit, how many people get hurt, but they owe it to the show or respect. Hey, let's get away from this little soap opera stuff and let's get back to the Survivor aspect.
Either that or maybe like the New York City subway or something.
There you go. Underground. That's right. Living in the underground transit system.
It's very interesting. I had a couple ideas. I thought everybody who's ever come in second, every second place person, or because I think the second place person gets money, don't they? Right. They do. I think the first person, every first person was voted off.
Exactly.
I
thought of that too. I said every first person who watched their dream slip away just like that. Even though they had a $30,000 vacation for free. But to let them say, hey, you're not a loser. Come on back. All you losers, one is going to be a winner.
Absolutely.
Great idea. You got an email, Mike.
I should. He should give me a cut. He's got a couple bucks floating around now. Let's talk about the injuries. A lot of injuries on this season. And they do leave it up to you to a certain extent, but after a while the doctors have to make a call if it's life-threatening, if it's an infection, if it's moving up the body. Did you guys have anybody that had an injury that maybe there was a question, or were you guys pretty healthy in your season?
No, that actually didn't happen. And I'm sure it's going to happen every season. You know, they pick up physical, type A personality people. These people are, going to be out here playing baseball, windsurfing, mountain biking. But you get over there, and the harsh reality about Africa was that heat. I mean, I think Lindsay was Diane, I think, who got voted off first. Had the first situation with her eyes rolling back in her head, dehydrated, and I don't think she was actually prepared for that kind of heat. It happened to Lindsay, same thing, dehydration. Ethan and I got wing scapulars from carrying all that water and those heavy back and forth with the water. So the injuries are there, and like you said, it's a doctor's call. It's going to affect it. I can't believe people quit. Yeah, well, that's a setup.